We did the normal routine of taking photos and documenting the scene. However, everyone was silent. We only spoke when necessary. Something like this was so mind-boggling. I felt as if everyone would want to talk about it to get answers. Instead, we all averted our eyes as much as possible from the dead girl. In the end, a good chunk of the tree was cut out to retrieve the body. To our horror, there wasn't much left. Only an inch of her body was inside the tree. The rest was missing. It took days to finally painstakingly separate the two of them, to find out how little we were working with. I had access to the autopsy photos for a few hours. I looked through them, trying to understand what I was seeing. The parts of her that should be inside the tree were missing. It appeared that the wood had naturally grown around her flesh. Instead of it being perfectly cut away for her, she was easily identified as a teenager who worked a midnight shift at a gas station. Another confusing fact is that her workplace was located 2 hours away from where she was found dead, and she was on camera leaving the building 1 hour before she was found. There was simply not enough time to transport her, let alone cut her apart and pose the body. "Have you ever seen anything like this before?" my boss asked as I was in the station looking over the photos. I really shouldn't be looking at them as often as I did. There wasn't much else to learn from just staring at the photos. My boss crossed himself when he looked down at the photos, even though it had been 10 years since he'd been inside a church. I shook my head. On my time off, I'd been looking up strange deaths online to find nothing like this, nothing real, just plenty of fake videos that got my hopes up. An even stranger part of this case was how this was the first time someone asked me anything about it. I was the one pressing others for answers and asking for the photos to study. The office felt so silent and somber. Everyone worked away in hushed tones. I understood that such a terrible thing was enough to unnerve all of us, but everyone working on the case acted as if they were ignoring it. Some leads were being followed up, but anytime something related happened to solving what the hell happened to the girl, people became pale and quiet. My boss accepted my head shake as an answer. He gave the photos one last look and left me standing in the break room. No one wanted to talk about what happened, and I don't know if that was the reason why the second death happened.